And look at this. It's the last week of school. The kids are going to get out of school the end of this week. And we still aren't getting any summer yet. It's more like March weather here. And it's starting to stick on the cars. For May 24th, this is quite the snow we're having. Snow on May 24th.
This is unbelievable.
So much for the fruit, huh? It started snowing about a half an hour ago. I was getting off work. These are apricots. I don't know, they said it's supposed to be 31 in the morning. That's pretty cold. These are my pluot trees. The pluots are kind of like plums, only they're a genetic cross from apricots and plums. Well, it's been another 5 minutes, and look at the weight starting to pull down on that plum tree there. This is starting to get serious. Kind of a funny day to have the water running at the church here.
At this time, 7:19, checking traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 9s. Andy, a lot of problems out there today. Yeah, the rain that we had all night is turning into snow now in a lot of places. I'm seeing more of it in Utah County as you get closer to Point of the Mountain. We've got extra slowdowns on I-15 in between Provo and American Fork right now. As you come up through Lehigh, it's just wet roads at the moment. Point of the Mountain, start to see a little bit of snow again. Then it really gets backed up between Bangerter and 90th South, getting snow out on the west side of the valley along Bangerter Highway and along the Points West side, especially down at the southern portion of the valley. But by the time you get 21st South, it's just wet roads. Ricky?
And on the east side of the valley, we've got some snowfall coming down, making for a very interesting mix of rain and snow along the East Belt Route and I-80 through Sugar House.
With that, Grant Wayman, how you doing, Grant? Doing fine. We were just having a discussion. People are wondering when it will ever be spring, really. You know, we've been doing these stories on, the pools typically open this weekend, right? The official kick of summer. Right. And, wow, things are certainly looking cool today, well below average temperature-wise. And what a storm it's been. A cold storm. You've been hearing Ricky talk about the snow mix down to the valley floor in some places. Plenty of snow in Parleys and our canyons this morning. Snowbird is like 80% of their runs open. 119-inch space. I mean, it's like mid-March form up there. Anyway, we're looking at a cool day today. Rain steady most of the morning. Throw the golf clubs in the trunk, or just go down there. You don't need to go down. Just get away from weekend trip. Okay, thanks. It is 39 degrees currently downtown in Salt Lake City.
KSL News Time 7:21. In depth now on the economy. Some leading economists believe it's going to grow.
Darn it, it's as if the tree was loaded with ripe fruit the way it's pulling those branches down now. Hopefully that plum is going to be safe down there. That nectarine there. The fruit's about 6 weeks behind schedule. I hope it has time to get ripe before winter comes again. Well, this has been going on now for an hour and a half or so, and I just saw two great big limbs bust off of the cottonwood tree up there. And so I went around and shook all the snow off of as many of the fruit trees as I could. Over there across the street, look at what it's doing to this tree here. Gonna bust that tree over here pretty quick. Here, he just planted this tree. I'll go over here and give him a hand with it and shake some of it off. That looks a little bit better. Decided to go take a walk. Look at this poor lilac. It was in full bloom. It's just unbelievable, this situation. And further on my walk, I get to the corner and I can no longer walk on the sidewalk because of the way this This tree is now bent clear down to the ground. This willow tree that the neighbors have down here on the corner. If it goes any much longer, it's going to break all the limbs off of that tree. There's another lilac. It was in full bloom. Pretty late to be blooming this late into May. Usually lilacs are blooming in March. Gosh, that was 2 months ago. Fennel plum tree should be standing upright. I'm amazed that the limbs haven't broken yet on it. Alright, it's now been snowing for a few hours. Quite a few limbs breaking off now. Well, see, now look at the mess here. All these broken limbs coming off the trees. It got a lot colder now. See, it's freezing. These little wires that go across here, the snow is now stuck to them. They actually got enough snow here to stuck on the road here. Well, I took a little drive down here just by the house to the cemetery, and look at all of the damage over here on the down the road here at the cemetery. Look at all of these broken trees that came off of there, off that big tree. Just truly a mess. See, look over here. Broken limbs everywhere. Down there. But it looks like the storm's finally going to end here. I can see some blue sky starting to show up. But this really has been an unusual morning around here. Looking down across the lake down there, we can start seeing some clearing, so it looks like this storm is finally coming to an end here.